Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Cataclysm Refugee series. We apparently have left off clearing out this fire station. I don't know why I quit the episode here, but apparently I did. So, we're going to continue clearing this fire station. Last episode we bumped into an NPC, I believe, up here that hacked us pretty good with a makeshift machete. I was pretty irritated. That might be why I quit kind of mid looting because I was a little annoyed. For the record, I don't really have an issue with there being bandits or thugs in the game. I just don't like human enemies in my zombie games. Personal preference. We're in moderate pain. Why don't we pop some aspirinos? Let's Well, I mean, we'll just keep looting. We do kind of we want to take a Halligan tool with us. Is that not a Halligan tool? That's a pipe. It looks very similar to the Halligan tool sprite, which is around here somewhere. Sometimes people comment and tell me, hey, why do you say Halligan tool when it's a Halligan bar? And I've never heard Halligan bar until I started playing Cataclysm. I had always heard it described as a Halligan tool. So that is why I say that. I'm not sure which is right. I don't think it matters at all. But every now and then I'll say it on Discord. Here's the Halligan tool sprite. It is slightly different from the pipe. Definitely can't tell at a distance, but that's fine. Sometimes it comes up on Discord and I'll say Halligan tool and people be like, you mean Halligan bar? And it's like, no, I mean tool. It is a tool. It is also a bar, I suppose. So let's, I'm not sure why there's light in here. I guess there is a skylight above us, which is odd, I think. But we'll step into the light, see if that draws any other ones. We've only killed, I think, 2 firefighter zombies, and usually when I go to a fire station, there's like 8 of them. It's possible they meandered out into the world at large. I think we killed 1 or 2 prior to entering the building. So it's possible that's where they came from. But whatever. So it doesn't look like there are any other ones. The turnout coat we will definitely take. Our leather duster isn't going to be on the same level as the turnout gear, but it is definitely serviceable. And we're going to take basically everything. Man, there's just no gear here. I don't understand why that is. I don't know why there's only 3 pieces of gear we picked up. I don't get that at all. Kind of thought this place, why would the lockers all be empty? The fire engine is missing, so it's possible maybe from like a role play perspective or realism perspective, maybe they went out on call. Maybe that's why there are so few zombies and so few such few gear in the lockers. I guess is a reasonable explanation. So we'll go with that. Empty fridge as well. Firefighters, pretty sure globally, I don't even think it's just limited to the United States, but firefighters are generally pretty well known for their recipes. You figure being a firefighter, you have a lot of downtime between calls. The majority of calls for a fire department are not even fire calls. They're usually other emergency services, burst pipes, obstructions, things like that they go. EMT calls, of course. Like, for instance, I live in a small town right up the street. In fact, from the fire hall, we frequently get sirens in these episodes. And they have EMTs that are specifically the fire department EMTs. So most of the calls that they get are for other emergency services. So we can just role play and say that they're on a call. Why don't we take this? I mean, we're not even full up. I was going to say these gear that we did pick up, the gear is going to be big, but it doesn't really look like it. And what I really wanted was a pair of turnout trousers because our leg guards are quite damaged and all we really have are the leather pants, which I think we took off just because of the duster. So I was really hoping to get different leg armor. Turnout coat is less, again, very good, but we already have the duster, which is already covering all of our torso bits and arms anyway, so. All right, where would we like to go next? I guess just cross the street and check the houses there, since we have inventory space. I would like to take a Halligan tool, but I'd have to carry it all the way back. because it's going to be too long to store anywhere. Can we store it anywhere? Of course not. Just, you know what, we will go back to base. We'll haul it, which is not a great way to do this. This is another reason I don't use the Halligan tools. I mean, why even take it, right? I'm not even going to use it. Ignore it. Just, I don't even use those tools anymore, so why waste the time, you know, hauling it back to base? Oh, I need to get a question. Let's get a question. Plus, that'll get my mouse cursor off the screen. Scroll, 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 click. What do you think of Daniel Morgan? Who... It's in all caps as well. Who is Daniel Morgan? Is that someone famous that I don't... You know what? I have to go to Google. I can't just... I can't just not know who this is. Who is... What is it? Daniel Morgan. Who is Daniel Morgan? Daniel Morgan was an American pioneer, soldier, and politician from Virginia, one of the most respected battlefield tacticians. I don't understand. Why is this in my question? Is Wikipedia free for commercial use information? I'm just going to show you anyway. Daniel Morgan was an American pioneer, soldier, and politician. Why? Why are you asking me what I think of this random revolutionary guy? That's so bizarre and so that's hilarious. Okay, I have no opinions on Daniel Morgan. Let's not answer that question. Let's try something else. Just so silly. Why is that a question? What annoys you the most on a daily basis? I already talk about complaints all the time, so I feel like that's maybe not the best topic, but we can make light of it. You know, it does. Oh, I screwed up my mini map again. Well, I guess it makes seeing these zombies a little bit more clear, which apparently I was exposed to a bunch of them because I wasn't paying attention. So let's retreat to that narrow corridor and fight them. Annoys me. So most of my life is spent in isolation. I don't really interact with a lot of people. So, mostly people are what annoy me. I would say the number one area on a regular basis with which I get annoyed would be drivers. I do drive at night, which means the traffic is lighter than it would be if I drove during the day, for my job, I mean. However, because it's nighttime, people think that the rules don't apply. So I frequently see people run red lights, stop lights, or stop signs, things like that. Oh, you died from your bleeding wounds, okay? There should be a fat zombie coming as well. We do want to be just a smidge cautious with our stamina. So we don't want to overexert ourselves. In fact, let's try to recover. Herd shuffling, we can ignore that. Herd wump, same. Oh, you got stuck in the... Okay, we can ignore them. Looks like he tracked into the firefighter building, so we'll go in there and deal with him. So a lot of people think that just because it's nighttime, the rules don't apply. So I frequently, you know, I'm coming up on a stop sign and someone, you know, at a T intersection, and someone will completely, or not a T, I think T means when it's like a capital T, like a four-way stop, and I will come up to the road to go, and someone will just blaze right through because they're like, oh, it's 3 in the morning, and I can just run this stop sign, no big deal. So that really annoys me. There are a lot of people who speed and tailgate at night. A lot of people who don't use their turn signals, even though it's a valuable form of communication while you're driving. A lot of people don't turn down their high beams. A lot of people have halogen lights, which I think should be illegal. The huge bluish headlights that people have. People frequently have white light coming off the rear of their vehicle, which is, as far as I know, illegal in my state to have a bright light like that coming off the rear of your vehicle. But people get these big, massive trucks that they put lift kits on, and then they tailgate, and they got these big bright lights in your back window, or you get behind them and they have rear-facing lights that are blinding you. There's a whole lot of stuff with driving that really, really aggravates me. Driving is one of the most complicated things that a human being does on a daily basis. And I understand not everyone everywhere drives or has a car or whatever, but like, it's something that millions and millions of people do every day. And it's actually relatively complicated. That's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to teach cars to drive themselves. It's one of the reasons why people don't trust automation, is because there's some recognition of how complicated an act, driving is, and the micro decisions that you make while driving that a computer might struggle with, because they're not always cut and dry decision making type things. And the fact that people do this really complicated thing, and it's something where it's extremely important that you properly do things, otherwise you're actually putting other people in danger. And this includes things like, think about it. You're driving did we just get 357 and a 357 gun? That's pretty great. We might go back and try to kill that NPC now. I'm actually looking forward to murdering him, because he hacked me with a machete, which is just such a dick move. Take a string. And yeah, like, a car is actually a deadly weapon, and people don't take responsibility. It becomes routine, right? You do it every day. You stop thinking about it. You start rolling to a stop instead of making a complete stop. You start taking shortcuts. You start speeding a little bit. It's totally understandable. Everyone does it. It just, that complacency literally kills people every year. So I'm kind of uptight when it comes to driving, and when I see people blatantly disregarding the rules that keep us all safe, it really infuriates me. Like, annoy isn't even the right word. It makes me furious. Zombie brute, huh? Hey, bro. Why are you here on day 4? Day 3, I think, technically. Why is there a zombie brute? We've seen other zombie evolutions as well. And it's only 3 or 4 days in. That's not typical. It's starting to make me think they might have changed something with the way evolution works. Because we're seeing them a lot earlier than we would normally see things. A brute is bad news. We can't really... I frequently make minor mistakes while I'm playing. And a minor mistake while trying to kite a brute can lead to very severe injury. And he has spotted me. We do have the 357. I just would prefer not to break it out for something such this early and insignificant. Also, our stamina is partially burned because we've been running. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop running. We're going to wield the pistol. Unfortunately, wielding the pistol means we drop our knife spear. And we don't have to fight him. There's really no reason to fight him, other than because I want to go over there. Our SIG isn't reloaded either. How can I do this in a way that keeps me safe? He was stuck on a car. He's not anymore. We can't fight him here because he can push past the other zombies. And one mistake means we get punted. I'm hesitant to say let's kite the brute, but let's try kiting the brute. Why not? What does it matter? We die, not a big deal. Stand on the corner, that way we can keep eyes on him. He's not going to sneak around the corner at us. I'm not sure how fast he is, and I'm concerned we'll run out of stamina before we can actually get away. He does seem pretty quick. So run, take an extra step, hit him. Yeah, you got me. Slam for 39 damage. So I'm a little annoyed by that, actually, because we even gave that buffer turn where he should have lost a little bit of move because he's not quite as fast. Our speed is 88, and is that our running speed? That's not good. At this point, we do switch to the gun, I think. Can't be fired. Oh, this fucking... Okay, so there's a bug, which I knew about, and I forgot about. So the Glock 22 is actually a 22, if I recall correctly, right? It's not supposed to fire 357. It's a .40. Well, whatever, maybe it's not a 22, but The Glock is supposed to fire a particular round, and the rounds that it comes with by default actually don't work in the gun. So even though this says it's currently loaded with 357, it cannot fire these rounds. So we're actually in a much worse spot. And I hate stuff like that. You know, bugs are not that big of a deal. Bugs happen all the time. The issue is that this bug might actually get us killed. And this is like not the first time that bugs have gotten me killed in Cataclysm. So we might get hit here. He's grabbed us instead of punching us. I don't know what the recovery time is on his smash ability. We are, I think, going to run out of stamina. We're very slow now, even as we're running. I think you just tank it. Because at this point, he's going to... I don't know how frequently he can make those attacks, but it's not every turn. And our stamina's too low to just run away. I hate stuff like that. Like, I totally understand, you know, there are bugs in Cataclysm. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about that other than play on stable. I just would have made different decisions had I known I didn't have the gun as a backup. I would have just run away and tried to circle around and get to a place like the downspout where we could safely ascend if we needed to. And instead we chose to basically take ourselves in a very narrow corridor. So I would have made a completely different decision if I had known that gun would not fire. So that sucks. We did survive, but it also means we don't have bullets for the gun we picked up. So that's a bummer. We did survive though. That's like the main thing. We survived. Okay. I don't know why there was a brute there. It's a little early for a brute anyway. But you know, it is what it is. Maybe they changed something with the way evolutions work. We've seen quite a few like early stage evolutions. We haven't seen like Hulks or anything yet, but it's just way too early for that. Like it's only day 3. So unless this location specifically spawns a brute, which I don't think is a good idea to spawn intermediate or high tier enemies like that. Like I don't like that the spitter can spawn at body drops. I do think it should just be an acidic zombie because it's just too early for you to manually spawn a middle tier evolution like that. Here, Clang. So I'm not sure where the brute came from, but we did handle it. We are alive. We're in quite a lot of pain. We actually should not be fighting. We should just go back to base and read. Also, it probably damaged our gear quite a bit. Not really. I'm surprised. Usually the bashes seem to deal me a lot of damage. We do see enemies over there. Let's just clear the little bit that's close and then we'll head back to base. So I think we're going to end up taking an episode or two just to kind of recover and spend some time at the base instead, which is slow and I don't like doing it. How close are you all? I don't know where the runner got to. I thought the runner would be the one right behind us, but let's fight the child zombie and regular zombie. Hello, kiddo. Come on out here. Did you circle? Oh, you're in the window. Did I just not see the child sprite again? Because I don't remember you being right next to me a moment ago. We're missing because they're a child. Okay. Brainless zombie. We don't need to worry about that. Anyway, yeah, so driving is one that really frustrates me. People don't know how to drive. I never speed, really. I basically always drive the speed limit, and basically I would say literally every single night. I don't think there's a single night that goes by where I don't get tailgated by someone who's speeding. Since my work changed locations, I have to go to a different part. We recently changed to a different warehouse area, and in order to get there I have to drive for several miles in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. And the cops love to sit there, so I have to go, you know, make sure I'm at 25 miles an hour. And of course, every night, like literally every night, someone gets behind me and, you know, they come rushing up out of nowhere, even though it's, you know, only 20 mile an hour. I look in the rear view, they're not there. I look in the rear view and they're right behind me because they're speeding. And then they proceed to tailgate me until I get out of the 25 mile an hour zone. It's just really annoying and frustrating because I'm trying to follow the rules and other people aren't following the rules. And if I have to follow the rules, you have to follow the rules. I thought that said codeine. I almost bumped some cocaine there. We don't have any powerful painkiller, so we'll just keep eating aspirin. You know what? We'll have a beer. We should have a beer around here somewhere. Make you feel a little bit better. What do we want to drink? Belgian ale, sure. 16 seconds of drinking, sure. 3 portions actually was probably too much. We might get drunk, which I did not mean to do. Wasn't really thinking about it. And we're going to read a little bit. I don't really love the idea of going back out when our leg is so damaged. It is middle, afternoon, so we should be able to sleep before we get too far along with the reading. And we're going to continue reading. I thought we had Under the Hood. It's probably on our unsort. Go ahead and sort everything. Under the Hood. There it is. So we'll read Under the Hood. We do kind of want to start working towards vehicle stuff. So I would like to raise our mechanics somewhat. So have a seat in our lovely chair here. I wish I could change the face direction of my sprite. Actually, I could do it this way. That way we're facing the correct direction of the armchair. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and read. Our pain should drop off over time. Our focus is actually abysmal. So reading is actually not going to do very much for us. So we had some beer, which should raise our mood. How's our, we're guilty about killing. Okay. Let's have some food that might put us in a good mood as well. Maybe we should take advantage of the marijuana that we found earlier. That's a good mood booster as well. Anything here with a high... Well, that's cheese. I can't eat cheese. Pickled veggie. Yeah, but it's not sealed? Why is this pickled veggie not sealed? Sure, +7. +20 from Matostum. Yes, please. And we'll do one more. Take a +8 from some wheat cereal. Yeah, if there's one thing that really makes people happy, it's wheat cereal. What a delicious and uplifting food that is. Sure. I did say something about drugs. So we'll take something. I don't even know. What would the pot plant be under? Cannabis? Where would that be sorted? I don't think that qualifies as a drug. Am I spelling cannabis wrong? I am. Cannabis plant. So... I think you disassemble. Okay, fingers cooperate, please. So we take the plant, move into the light, disassemble the plant. Okay, we got weed, withered plants, and plant fiber. And then we should have rolling papers. And we will make ourselves a joint. Sure. I don't actually partake of marijuana in real life. So don't at me, but it will give us a positive mood boost. And I'm not sure, does weed help with pain? I don't think it does. I don't think it has any impact on pain. I think it's, when you hear about people who have severe health issues, it's usually a nausea manager, if I remember right. Because it's not legal here to smoke weed. But we do have, you can if you have very significant medical issues, but they have to be really significant. We're actually very behind on the whole, marijuana law stuff. And yeah, it looks like in the next few years it'll be passed as recreational, but for now we don't have any of that infrastructure. Yeah. It's interesting, people always bring up, so I have stomach issues, people often bring up, why is my focus going down and my pain appears to be going up? Why would my focus go down? I just had so much, because my pain level is so bad, but it says it would trend towards 58. But that's not taking into account the fact that we're reading. That's still ridiculously low. Focus of 10 is terrible. I should also have put on an MP3 player. My tools pile is here. I don't really understand why our focus is at 10. Distressing pain. That also seems like that went up. I thought it was lower than that. Eat some more aspirin. Have another beer. Why is my focus so low? Eat another toastum or something. Just to get a little more boost there. And, I mean, we should have other drinks that have positives as well. Like, we have all this fruit juice. No joy from fruit juice, huh? Fruit jam. Oh, of course, the classic beverage that all of us have enjoyed at one point or another in our life. Fruit jam. Go ahead and drink some juice just to get rid of our thirst a little bit. Come out here, try reading. Focus is recovering, so that is good. Our pain is dropping, which is also very nice. The MP3 player helped a lot, I think. Having that consistent plus 20 from music is actually really beneficial. We're not quite tired yet, unfortunately, which means we're going to have to start a fire, which means we're probably going to end up choking on some smoke. We can go ahead and dump this withered plant in there as well. I don't see a reason to keep that. Go ahead and start a fire. And we'll just read in our chair here. Sure, we'll choke on some smoke. And then we'll eat and drink before we go to bed. Our pain has largely recovered. I do see our stamina dropping. I'm surprised we're not tired yet. You were hurt. Yes. So we breathed in smoke to the point of us getting hurt. In fact, we breathed in smoke to the point that we got winded, which is super fun. Winded severely reduces your stats as well as giving you quite a lot of pain. So I really just get annoyed by things like that. You know, obviously, I don't know. I guess we, what do you do about that, right? We use a fire for light, so there's really nothing we can do. It's not like we can manage that while reading. We can't be moving in and out of the smoke tiles while we're reading. Let's go ahead and eat and drink something instead. So anyway, let's get rid of our stamina sounds as well, actually. Anyway, drivers really annoy me, you know. Sometimes, you know, like, and people don't even follow the rules when it's in their favor. Like, sometimes at night, I will come to a T intersection where it's like, I'm at the stop sign and their road doesn't have a stop sign. And people will stop in the middle of the road to let me pull out, even though they have the right of way. And it actually is slower if you stop and let me go. Like, just follow the rules of the road. Everyone knows what they are. And if you do what you're supposed to do, you like, oh, you're making a turn. Okay, well, you still have the right of way. Make your turn and then I will go after you. That's how driving works. Everyone knows these rules. Everyone is taught these rules from a young age, you know, when you first get your license all the way up through. And anything you do to deviate from the standard expected rules slows everybody else down and makes everything worse. So just follow the rules, you know? It annoys the crap out of me. I still don't have the deluxe. I still don't have scrambled eggs. Still, it's impossible to scramble an egg if you don't have cooking one. So we can't even make eggs. I don't know what to eat. I don't want to grind cooking because I don't care about cooking, because I only ever cook things that everyone knows how to cook, like eggs. So just eat some pork sticks, I guess. Can't cook eggs. What a crock. Go ahead and drink some fruit juice. I can't even conceive of scrambling an egg. I don't have cooking one. Okay. Let's go back to reading. Go ahead and read in the dim light. I don't care. It's slower to read in a dim light. That's why I always sit next to the fire. But obviously smoke and stuff is not good for us. Anyway, we're tired now. We can treat our wounds. We're definitely applying some disinfectant. We're going to look for hydrogen peroxide. Can't pick up spilt liquids. Did you spill my hydrogen peroxide? That's my food pile. Where's my drug pile? Okay. Peroxide. You don't appear to have spilled my liquid, so why would it say that? Okay, apply that to our most severely injured wound. We're going to need more bandages at some point as well. How many bandages do I have left? 5. Yeah, we're going to need more because we want to take them with us. So we have 8, I believe. Let's make some more right now. Oh, we do have the boiled makeshift bandage at this point. So we will make some standard ones. We'll make 6. We'll just do this before we go to bed. Go ahead and dispose of the knife spear. That's fine. And then we will make the boiled makeshift bandages. We can make 4. Sure, that's fine. Try to remove an item not in the inventory. Why would you do that? I don't know what caused that bug. Go ahead and wield your spear again. And we're going to apply the boiled makeshift bandages to our most grievous wounds, which is really just that one limb, right? That's fine. We'll use the rest on our head and torso, and then we'll use the less impressive ones on the body parts that don't matter as much. Oh, tedious stuff. Just self-care that we got to take care of in the apocalypse. And we will head to bed in our nice little cozy bathroom. Gotta love sleeping in a bathroom. So go ahead, take ourselves a nap. No, go to sleep, please. Probably should have turned off my MP3 player, just burn in battery charges for no good reason. That's okay. I hate drivers. Most people are incompetent. You know, people always say, whenever I call people stupid, people challenge that and they say, no, the majority of people are not stupid. In fact, it's like a pretty even distribution. About half of people are smart, half of people are like, I can't say everyone's below average because literally everyone can't be below average because there's average, above average, and below average. You know, it's like the term average specifically means something, right? So people always get on my case when I say that most people are stupid because most people are not stupid, apparently. But it just seems like the majority of people that I interact with are real dumb and make terrible decisions and terrible choices. And it's really evident in driving because I see people on a daily basis who make really stupid decisions while they're driving that directly impact the people around them, that are potentially life-threatening in some situations, and people just and then they get mad about it. Like, you know, sometimes you get people, you know, you pass someone who's pulled over and they're screaming at the cop, and it's like, well, you've been an asshole all day, and you've been speeding and tailgating or whatever got you pulled over, and now you're going to scream at the cop because you can't take responsibility for your own actions, because in your head, you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing, oh, I'm entitled to do this, and then it snowballs into a confrontation and a ticket and all that stuff. And if you just followed the rules, you wouldn't have these problems, you know? If you just thought outside of yourself and thought, oh, I'm actually putting other people in danger, you know, there's a reason that this law exists. There's a reason that you shouldn't tailgate people. Whatever. Anyway, we should wrap the episode. I shouldn't answer questions that revolve around complaints because I already do a fair bit of complaining. Anyway, this episode was interesting. We got battered by a brute, which is always fun. We didn't really come away with any good loot or anything. We didn't really clear an area that's important to us. And we figured out that we have a gun that doesn't work. So that's exciting. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with another episode of Cataclysm in the near future. But for now, that's it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.